Here on IceTime.TV alongside Cardiff Devils player head coach Andrew Lord. And first of all, Andrew, many congratulations. Another 2 years after this season at Cardiff at the very least.
Yeah, thanks very much. Couldn't be more excited, thrilled. I absolutely love it here. It's been going into fourth very good season, and I'm just so proud of the transformation of where it's come. That first season was, a real low point for not only the organization but even myself on a personal hockey level, and to see where we've come in such a short time, it's a testament to the fan base, the city, our ownership group, and Todd and everyone involved in and around the organization. And yeah, just really very, very thankful to the owners and Todd for backing me as far as they have, yeah, very excited to be around, and let's take another big step here going forward.
Since you've become head coach, stability off the ice and on the ice within your team, and that consistency, bringing back so many players, has been a real key for you going forward. With that being announced for another 2 years, I suppose that consistency as well, and knowing that that is there for you as head coach of the Cardiff Devils, it allows you that opportunity to really plan and really stake something important here in Cardiff.
Yeah, it's huge. I think I feel like I've come so far personally, and I think as an organization as well. And I think we have some great ideas going forward in the future. I think things like the Challenge Cup is huge being held here, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more exciting things. I know I have ideas. I know Todd does, and everyone in the organization does. And yeah, overall, it's a great spot to be, and I couldn't be more thankful. As far as stability, I'm glad you touched on that. I think that's something that maybe people forget is, for 2 years now, we haven't got rid of one player mid-season, and I think that's, you don't see that very often in minor league hockey or any sport for that matter. And it might not always be that way. Hopefully it will be. Hopefully we keep putting the time in, or we will keep putting the time in, and hopefully we keep bringing in the right guys, and we never need to make a move. But I know for everyone around that is very important here, to honor contracts and to treat the guys the right way.
Another successful weekend for your club. 4 points this past weekend. Impressive performance, again putting up 6 goals on home ice here against Coventry, and then going away to Sheffield and scoring 5 goals. But the manner in which you played up there, particularly from that second period onwards, the way you controlled the game, you must be really proud of your guys. Yeah,
it was great. It was awesome. I think, I know we played better in Nottingham, actually, more consistent for 60 minutes. Really happy and proud of the guys for getting the result this time. First period was fairly ugly, to be totally honest. We came out flat for whatever reason, and the guys really responded in the second, especially from about that 10-minute mark. Something happened, and the guys just they took it up a couple notches, and it was fun to watch those remaining 30 minutes, because I really felt we carried the play, and that's a very tough, if not the toughest place to play. So to play the way we did, and also to come up with a result, was awesome.
Last season, there was perhaps, especially away from home, an emphasis on protecting those leads and playing perhaps a conservative game. It seemed up in Sheffield that your team had the confidence to continue playing the way that it had played to get into the lead in the first place and control the game. Is that a concerted change, the effort that you've made this year, or is that just something that happened more organically?
Yeah, no. Last year we tried to keep our foot down on the gas even more, I think. We kept the same aggressive game plan. For whatever reason, there were times where we just didn't quite have the energy, or we weren't playing the right way, or we didn't stick to the game plan, so it may have looked a lot different out there. But I think you touching on confidence is a huge equation to that this season. We have a lot of guys that they just don't get phased in the big moments. They've been there before. They've won championships. We have a very close group, and so far so good that there was no panic in the third period there. Usually the last 10 minutes in Sheffield is just chaotic, and other than them getting that one quick power play goal there really wasn't all that much craziness, which was fun to watch from the bench, and made for a great result.
I know it's a topic that we talk about a lot, and perhaps will slowly subside the longer you play on the big ice here. But you talk about confidence there, and going up to that away arena. It must help you from a coaching point of view, and your players feeling so much more comfortable on this big ice, then going into those arenas like Nottingham and Sheffield and being able to play the way you want to play and plan for that, and know that guys can close things out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Nottingham game meant a lot to the guys, and I know people were a bit disappointed with the result, obviously, but it was a great performance. It was 60 minutes. We controlled the play. We played with pace. We played with puck possession. We made plays, and that's obviously another very difficult rink to play in. And I think that does a lot for a team's confidence, and I think that's stemmed into a couple of really good games since that point.
This weekend is another huge one. You go to Belfast on the Saturday night, then Nottingham at home. You get the rematch against those Sunday night at Ice Arena, Wales. Those are the kind of games that you love to be involved in. I'm sure two clubs that are going to be right there with you in the mix come the end of the season, hopefully, for the championship.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. It seems like every weekend it gets tougher and tougher. And you know, looking at Belfast, they have a great team. They have Vandermeer back now as well, and he's healthy. And yeah, they'll be firing all cylinders. It's always a tough test against them. I'm excited for that, and I know the guys are too. And then, you know, I think the rivalry's been growing a bit with Nottingham here, especially since last year with the Challenge Cup games and all that. And that should be another fun one. And yeah, I'd say get your tickets to that for sure.
Absolutely, and just on that point, I suppose Nottingham, of course, Brian McGrattan will be here for that game as well. Patrick Bordelow on your lineup as well at Cardiff. And of course, an element that perhaps emerged in last weekend's game against Coventry on the Saturday, and it's exciting for fans, I suppose, whatever happens on the Sunday night, to have that kind of presence, that NHL calibre and experience here on the ice.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. If you think back, like I touched on it earlier, 4 years ago, where the league was at, the pace of play to where it is now, and to see all these NHL guys, you know, Brian McGrattan played in the NHL for years. He was a legitimate NHL player. He's a good player as well, not just a heavyweight fighter. You can say the same about Bordy. And I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be a heated game. There'll be a lot of animosity. You know, I have no idea about fights or anything like that, but I think everything else will be there certainly, and it should be a very fun, feisty affair.
And just finally, Andrew, you were on the bench last weekend. It was a successful weekend. You said that if the guys are winning, that would be something that would remain the case. Is that likely to be the case heading forward?
I think so, yeah. I mean, again, one game at a time. Knock on wood, the guys are healthy right now. Hopefully that continues. And, you know, we're going to do everything we can to make sure we keep playing consistent, up-tempo Cardiff Devils hockey here.
Well, thanks, Andrew. And Sunday night, of course, Cardiff Devils against the Nottingham Panthers, 6 p.m. face-off. You can get your tickets at cardiffdevils.com. And if you can't be there for that one, you can join us on IceTime.TV, IceTime.TV, to purchase your webcast ticket for that game, at IceTime.TV on Twitter as well for the latest updates. We'll see you then. Go well.